It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Buccaneers and the Fins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Let's go now, let's go.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
Washington now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Here's a first carry for their running back. This is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, trying to find some place to escape, and there was none. A big loss on the play.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's caught downfield by Waddle. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Dolphins first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Hill brought in motion. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And the goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. In motion, it's Waddle. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. The kick is good, and the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return is Sean Tucker. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time, and they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Now, a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Jalen Phillips in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positivity into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On 3rd down, it's Irving. And he's going to have enough there for the 1st down. Take it up to the 43-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as... I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Baker to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes. Tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And it's 4th down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Dolphins offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Tua. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end Smith. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Waddle. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, They have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the air again, Tungo Bailoa. Catch made there, that's Smith. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
2nd down and 3. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3. But a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Tua gonna throw. Now he'll run.
1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
The thing that stands out to me about this defense, Mike, is they just make you earn everything. They don't concede any downs. You see it here on this last play. Great job here. No gain. Forced 3rd down.
They'll run. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So after one, it's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. They send Evans in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Mayfield. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
He finds Mr. Reliable, Mike Evans. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way.
And he's in! Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs are on the board. It's 10-7. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4.
Waste of time.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd and 6. Hill brought in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Vailoa. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. Back deep for the Bucs, their speedster, Trey Palmer. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. A pass pulled in by Irving. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Baker gonna give it to Irving. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. To throw is Mayfield. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On the return, here's Washington. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. First and 10. Hill brought in motion. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Tua. He runs with it. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Tua now on first down. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Sanders here for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Dolphins will get out in front 17-7. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. To return is Tucker. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense ready for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They send Evans in motion. Second down throw from Mayfield. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
It's Riley Dixon coming on now, as he is on to punt for Tampa Bay. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. In motion, it's Waddle. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. From the gun, here's a handoff, and they'll bring him down just shy of midfield, but that is enough. It's a 1st down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On second down, they run the counter. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
In motion, it's Waddle. He'll get this out to the left flat, and he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. On second down, here's Tagovailoa. And that ball incomplete. It is 3rd and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Quick throw, taken in, and that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Evans working free. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. He'll take this down to the 43, a short pickup there. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second down and 8. A tight end in motion now. Here's Irving. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Miami after this. Here's a third down and 4. On play action, Mayfield. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's got it at the 7. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up. First and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And this is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, first and goal.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Now he'll run it. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is third and long. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll get this only down to the 6-yard line. So for the moment, the defense with the stop as we get to fourth down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Washington now to return it. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Hill brought in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. So we hit halftime here in South Florida, and the Dolphins are in the lead. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. It was a strong first half from the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Open man downfield, that's Godwin. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give. This is Irving. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Mayfield. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
3rd and a yard. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. To throw is Mayfield. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here...
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. McLaughlin now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bucs will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Washington now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense getting ready for their opening possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Hill brought in motion. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. They motion a receiver right. 3rd and long. Here's Tua. And he finds Tyreek. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Down the field, it's Evans. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
On 1st down, it is Williams. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They go play action with Mayfield. All alone, it's Evans. 2nd time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
2nd down throw from Mayfield. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. That is caught. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
A dive, and he's in! Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this 2nd half started. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Drive will start on the ground, and he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Levante David doing his work on defense. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua going to give it to Achan. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Play action. Tagovailoa. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This one caught left side by Evans. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Godwin working the right side.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught left side by Otten. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On the handoff, it's Irving. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Here comes Otten in motion. Right back to Irving. And he's going to have the first down yardage. Across the 50 to the 48. Here comes Otten in motion. He'll go again here with Irving. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
Throw left side, pulled in by Evans. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10 now from the 36. Slot man in motion left. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion right. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back. to kick this away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That one into the hands of Hill. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now Tua. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Now a 1st down throw for Tua. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Tua to throw again. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll go here with Madison. And he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's going to be caught, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll run with Irving. Yeah! A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
It's another run here for Williams. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. On play action, Mayfield in trouble, and down he goes.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This one from 54 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Buccaneers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On 2nd down, here's Tungo Vailoa. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They motion the slot man left. Tua now on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Smith. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Miami.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua. As caught left side by Waddle. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
A play fake. Now Tua to throw. And he will score! Game on! Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins are back within 6. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll tuck it and take off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a 1st down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Baker gonna give it to Irvin. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. Here comes 3rd and 6. On the ground, it's Irving. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Achane. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A shotgun snap for Tua. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
A ball deep for the end zone. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
First and 10. One final kneel down here inside the 40-second mark. Should be enough to put this one on ice. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here for the visiting BUCS. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.